evening and welcome to QCTV sectional hockey for boys in Minnesota. It's for Section 5A. It'll be the Champlin Park Rebels, the number 4 seed, taking on the number 2 seed Maple Grove Crimson. They're the defending champion. Back on January 19th, both teams met and Champlin Park came away with a 2-1 overtime victory against the Crimson, the first time they had beaten the Crimson in 24 meetings. Tonight, Steve Thompson's on the call, and we're looking for a great game here on QCTV. Coming up next, the Rebels and the Crimson.
Back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20, 10, touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Score! Yes! Score! Go to the deflection. Yes! The Huskies win their first state championship. Section 5AA Semifinal just underway at Champlin Park. The number 3, number 2 Maple Grove, Crimson and White, Rebels in Navy. Dumping it in is Jordan Ron, in on the goaltender Jack Roach. And the Crimson clear it out. They get it to center ice. Finn Brink closing in, goes right through the crease area, right back out in front. And we have a penalty right out of the gate. Time of the penalty, 21 seconds. So we got a power play right out of the gate in this showdown between Champlin Park and Maple Grove. And going to the box for the Rebels is going to be Drew Bellison. Time of that penalty, once again, 21 seconds, Jim.
Yeah, and one of the things that Coach Potter had mentioned to me before the game was if they stay out of the box, they'll be in good shape. So not a great start for this high-flying Rebel team.
Power play for Maple Grove, 44.3%. The PK for Champlin Park, 72.5%. So look out. Lucas Birch, right circle, they center it, goes all the way through and right out to the point. Marginal with it. Now on the near far point Brink, that goes wide. Colin New in the net for Champlin Park. Puck into the far corner. Rebels try to clear. It goes back into the back of the netting, and it comes out of there. Here's Maple Grove into the left circle. This is Brink. Brink trying to get it around the net, and now right back out on top. That's Lucas Birch. And now it's Marginal. That one goes wide. The Rebels are going to slap it out of there. Coming up on 1 minute remaining in the power play. Roach out of his cage. Marginal behind his net with Finn Brink. Marginal's going to bring it up, give it up on the wing. This is Kernan. Kernan's going to dump in. The Crimson give chase behind the net. And it's Warren sending it out and around for the Rebels and all the way down.
A good start to the penalty kill on this, Steve. The Rebels have been able to kind of wrestle that puck away.
Here come the Crimson. Finn Brink headed for Wisconsin. Now in the left circle, saved by New. That was a quick shot on net by Steenerson. Right back out to the far point. Left circle, Brink on net, and the save by Colin New, the senior goaltender. 12-8, 88 save percentage. Goals against 3.1.
Yeah, he's had a good season, like you said, 12-8 for his career. 23, he's looking for his 24th career victory, which is pretty solid in high school.
Patefield out there for the draw against Bernavik. Still 24 seconds remaining in that Maple Grove power play here in the first 2 minutes of the period. Rebels try and clear it out, held in at the far point. And now they get it into the right circle. Centering pass, tapped around, goes all the way through. Here's Stelges right back out to the point. His shot, and it's going to be cleared out. Here come the Rebels. Lang carries it ahead, shorthanded, and that'll do it for the Maple Grove power play. We're back to 5-on-5. Champlin Park full strength. Goes off Jordan Ron's stick for the Rebels. He'll backhand it in and go for a change. Around his own net is Stelges for Maple Grove up the boards, getting it to center ice. Rebels get it to their own blue line. This is Warren sending it ahead. And now Maple Grove in their own end. Stelges giving chase. In hard after it is Aberwald behind the net. Rebels coming out in front. His shot, we got a player down. And a stoppage. That quick shot by Evan Williams on the side.
Yeah, Rebels, one thing that they're very good at, they will beat you on your on the forecheck, and they are not going to be outworked. That is one of the characteristics of this Rebels team that seems to be every year, and they've just got some talented goal scorers this year as well.
Here's Bernovic taking the draw for Champlin Park outside the Maple Grove blue line. Slapped in on the near boards. Maple Grove controls on in their own end. Grant Leno moved it ahead out of his net. New can't flag it down. And now Champlin Park gets it out to neutral ice. Maple Grove back into their own end. This is Leno. Gets it ahead. Wrist shot and a save. That was a quick shot by Finn Brink. Once again, Wisconsin bound. Maple Grove, the defending state runner-up. They lost to Maple Grove in that epic title game. Maple Grove obviously won this section, but they come in as the number 2 seed. The number 1, Rogers, won a thriller over Centennial earlier here at Fogarty, 5-4. Rogers scored the final 2 goals in the game in the final 5 minutes of that game. Off the face-off, held in over at the far point, skating into the circle, getting away a shot going through the crease area. Somehow that did not go in. That shot came off the stick of Maple Grove's Picconato, and it went through the crease but didn't go in. The referee was right on it. It got behind New. Here's Ron for the Rebels at center ice, in over the line, dumps it into the corner and gives chase. He has great speed. Aberwald gets it out to the point, backhanded by Williams. Scramble in front out to the near boards and to center ice. Sent right back in by Warren, and the Rebels are going to change. Here comes Maple Grove on the fly out of their own end, and they get it to center ice. Here's Leno, gets a shot away. Leno right back into the corner, sends it out to the near point. Trying to get it toward the net is Karkos, and the Rebels pick it up and come back the other way. Here's Bellison. Bellison in over the line. Rebels onside. Goes into the right corner all the way around the net. Swings it in front all the way through. Nobody home. Lang pinches in, trying to keep it in the zone. Crimson trying to gain control. Lang still after it for the Rebels. In that far corner, 12:30 to go in the period. He works off a check. Now it's Peterson. Peterson out to the point. In on the change. Rebels get a shot away from the side of the net. That was Brody Olson. Rebels still fighting behind the net. They try the wraparound, and denied on the far side of the net was Drew Hagenin. And now it's Stelgis gaining control and going along the far boards and out to center ice. Rebels are going to dump it right back in. That was Brody Olson. Good forecheck in there by Champlin Park and Bernovic. Bernovic right in behind the net. Throws it out in front, puck loose. Everybody whacking at it, and it comes out into the slot area. And Champlin Park with Blodgett. Tough angle shot blocked away there by the goaltender, Roach. Rebels putting on the heat. Here's Bernovic from the side of the net. It's still. And now comes all the way out to center ice. Champlin Park goes D-to-D in their own end. It's tipped in at the red line. And now Maple Grove gains control. Here's Anderson. And now it's chipped ahead. And on the fly, it's Ellingson. Ellingson centering pass. Backhanded shot by Brink. And we're still scoreless. Brink, a good scoring opportunity. And boy, these teams go up and down the ice.
Yeah, one of the positive things, as you can see this replay right now, right on Finn, that hit it actually hit the crossbar, or hit the post, and kind of precariously went through the crease. So best scoring chance so far for the Crimson.
Anderson holds it in at the blue line for Maple Grove, dumps it into the far corner. He'll get it back, right circle, uncork a shot. New steers it up into the netting, right behind the net. 11:01 to go, period number 1. Shots on goal, 5 Maple Grove, 3 Champlin Park. And of course, Champlin Park playing with confidence. They beat Maple Grove 2-1 in January. And why not? Winner plays Rogers in Elk River for the section title. Here's Finn Brink stepping to the side of the net. New came out to meet him and blocks it. Great opportunity by Brink. 6 shot on goal for Maple Grove. But right off the draw, he skated into that left circle and got a shot away. And the save by Cohen New. Oh, quick shot by Brink that floats in. It was partially blocked. It was a slow roller that New was able to pounce on. We'll do it again to his right. Champlin Park defending the goal down to our right here at Fogarty. And obviously Maple Grove goaltender Jack Roach down to our left. It is a Tuesday night section semifinals. Some would argue the greatest week in high school hockey here in the state. In on New, he fought that shot from the point and ends up smothering it. That was a quick shot from that far point off the stick of Beck Picanato, and it got all the way through, and New made the save. Well, they need a big game out of him if they want to advance to that section final. That's pretty clear. They took that early penalty, but kill it off. Rebels clear it all the way around. Aberwald gets it across. Here's Ron. Ron steps into the middle. His shot has it again. Another shot. It's loose. Player goes down. We're not going to get a penalty call as Aberwald got tripped, got decked. And I think Maple Grove got away with one.
Yeah, they certainly did there. What a great opportunity. Great Ron with a quick wrist shot. And see right there, Aberwald was just tied up enough by Finn Brink. And that would have been a nice scoring, that was a good scoring opportunity for the Rebels.
Lang out there, centering for Champlin Park. Puck into the corner. Maple Grove flips it out to center and beyond. Brody Olson retreats into his own end. Pressure being put on there by Imgrund. Imgrund right in front of the net. Rebels behind their own net as they play catch back there, and sending it out is Brody Olson on the far side. They get it out of the zone. Chipping it in was Paginen. Now in behind the net, Peterson right out in front, puck loose. Sliding through the crease area was Paginen. Or Paginen. Fighting also back there is Lang. Lang has it back, sends it out to the point. Now over to the far side toward the net. That was Brody Olson, still loose in front. Champlin Park really battering. Here's Paginen. His shot goes wide. Pinching in defensively, Evan Long. And now the Crimson are going to flip it up into the rafters, so we're going to get a draw to the right of goaltender Jack Roach.
This third line for the Rebels has absolutely dominated. They've had the most puck possession. They have been in and created a lot of opportunities. So we'll see how that plays out through the game, but very impressive with that third line for the Rebels.
Rebels have plenty of jump. There's a shot in the slot, saved by Roach. Doesn't know where it is. Puck on the deck. He gets run over, and now they're going to whistle it down. Boy, that was a tremendous wrist shot by Nick Carlson in the slot area. And then Blodgett crashed the net, ran over the goaltender Roach.
Yeah, again, another great opportunity. Roach was just was mystified where that was. It was under him. And then it was about a 7-skater pileup.
In on Roach, they send it out in front. It's loose, and the Rebels bang it home. That's Blodgett in the slot. They were all over the Maple Grove Crimson, and Champlin Park is up early. 9:17 mark of period number 1.
Great pressure by the Rebels. It was just a matter of time as they continued to just pepper Roach, and Roach gave up a rebound right over to Blodgett. It took a while to get in the net, but it finally gets through. You can see right there has Bernovic with a shot, and then Blodgett comes right to his stick, and he's able to bounce it in. Great job by the Rebels.
For Blodgett is 9th of the year, and the Rebels lead. Here comes Maple Grove. Kernan sends it wide for Maple Grove. Here's Ron. Ron with speed goes into the corner. Gets pinned. Here comes Maple Grove on the fly the other way. That's knocked down by Kernan. Kernan in the corner. Rebels trying to force it out. Maple Grove holding it in. They get it in front. Tap to the far corner there by Ellingson. Rebels get it ahead. Here's Williams with speed. Centering pass goes wide. And it's going to be run down by Brink. They'll skate it out of there. Send it all the way across. Leafblad runs it down at center ice. And now it's going to be sent forward by the Maple Grove Crimson, and now I think we have an offside. Actually,
it's a
I
penalty.
think we got too many men
Yeah.
on Maple Grove. Too many men on the ice. So Champlin Park power play. That comes at 8:44 of period number 1. That'll be the Rebels' first power play. And going over there to serve the penalty is going to be Riley Bott. Bott will serve the bench minor. And Champlin Park on the power play, 28.6%. The PK for Maple Grove, 85.5%. Rebels lead it 1-0 on the goal by Blodgett out to the point. They send it to the near side. Aberwald toward the net. Held in the zone by Ron. Ron right in the middle, gives it up. Blodgett's shot knocked down. And the Crimson are going to clear and move it the other way. Kernan gives it up. Here's Finn Brink. Brink into the right circle. Backhand save by New for the Rebels. So a shorthanded opportunity for Maple Grove. And now we'll get a draw to the right of New with 1:39 remaining in the Champlin Park power play.
Yeah, Champlin Park right now has given up only 2 goals shorthanded, and Maple Grove has scored 4. 2 of them by Finn Brink, and just about got his 3rd right there.
Brnovic wins the draw for Champlin Park. Blodgett, the goal scorer, came at 7:43 and gets it over on the wing. Here's Champlin Park. Carlson sends it all the way across. Brnovic in behind the net, trying to fight for it. And now Champlin Park picking it up. Solomon's out there. Brent Solomon sends it out to the near point. Carlson now in the right circle. Tough angle shot, still loose in front. Rebels trying to gain control. Fighting for it is Solomon, and he does ultimately gain control. Gets it out to the point, and Carlson gets it back, left circle. Fans on the shot, gets knocked down from behind, and Maple Grove sends it all the way down with 53 remaining in the power play. Rebels are going to change it up. And going back behind the net to pick it up is Williams. Williams with Ron on his right, sends it ahead. That pass, Aberwald, goes into the corner hard. He's being defended by Leno for Maple Grove. They send it all the way across. Here's Ron, far boards. Into the middle, this is Bellison. Bellison skates into the right circle. His centering pass knocked down and sent out by Maple Grove. That was Stelges sending it out. New out of his own net for Champlin Park. 15 to go in the power play. They lead at 1-0. One last rush as they try and get it ahead to Ron. Goes into the Maple Grove zone, and they're going to gain control, and that's probably going to do it as they send it all the way out. New out of his net, tees it up. Here's Bellison again, skating it out of there. Comes up the boards, knocks it down. And now this is Champlin Park trying to move it ahead with Carlson. Carlson gets it forward. Good job now Brnovic. He'll dump it in. Roach out of his net for Maple Grove. And now it's Anderson. Anderson along the far boards. Maple Grove trying to chip it ahead. Right back in behind Roach. This is Owen Smith. Owen Smith out there. And now Champlin Park, and Blodgett dumps it in behind the net. They've had Maple Grove bottled up a lot. That's Paintfield sending it all the way around. Pinching in for the Rebels was Long. Champlin Park, outstanding, Jim, on the forecheck so far in the game.
Absolutely, and that's their signature is they're going to just outwork you, and they have so far. They've outworked the Crimson.
Dumped in there by Will Brnovic. Champlin Park holding the zone. It's Lang along the far boards. Backhands it into the corner. Chasing there for Champlin Park. Paginen. And now Maple Grove's happy to chip it out to center. They're trying to get Karkock loose. Karkock into the left circle, had it knocked away, and the Rebels send it back into the Maple Grove zone. We're 5-on-5 again. Maple Grove killed off the penalty. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Behind New, Rebels chase after it. It's Long. Long tries to send it up the boards, and it's grabbed there by Aberwald. Aberwald gets it out, and now they send it across. Rebels dump it in on Roach. Skipping puck And he'll just smother that one there with 4:28 to go in the period. Champlin Park leading at 1-0.
Well, both teams have had one power play, and the penalty kill for both teams has been outstanding. The last time the Rebels had some good passing, but they just could not get anything inside, and great job by the Crimson to clog up those passing lanes.
Maple Grove wins the draw. They'll send it out. This is going to go all the way down on New. He'll need to cover it up because down there hard was Jay Ellingson in on the Champlin Park goaltender. 4:21 to go, period number 1. Rebels with the early goal. That was Matthew Blodgett, his 9th of the year at 7:43.
Boy, both these teams are skating hard. This is good. Like you said, this is one of the best weeks of high school hockey.
Oh, it's wonderful. Section semifinals and finals. Maple Grove controls the draw. They send it in from the point, tipped wide by New. That shot from the point up by Picanato. Got all the way through, and the Rebels chip it ahead. Here's an opportunity. Here's Williams. Williams sends it wide. Ron pinches in along the boards, knocked down there by Aberwald. He sends it across too far for Williams. Held in at the point. Now it's Ron sending it wide. He's right back after it into the corner. Finn Brink trying to help out. Brink's going to send it across, and now they're going to be able to move it forward. Here's Leno. Leno in over the line. Sends that slapper wide. Held in over at the far point by Kernan. Now it's Brink again. Centering pass. That shot blocked down. They've been able to get away in a lot. That was Margino taking the shot that was blocked. Now back the other way comes Bellison. He gets picked off. And New with the glove save on the quick shot by Blake Steenerson. Steenerson, 17 goals, 23 assists. Steenerson just one of the seniors, and he's a big kid.
Yeah, he is. He ripped that one right on. New with a good glove. Crowd size is big tonight. I tell you that. It seems like Champlin Park's got just as many, if not more, than the Crimson.
Yeah, great crowd. Almost packed. The upper level on the end, the Champlin Park end down to our right. 2 or 3 deep. Here's one out in front. Tough angle shot sent behind the net. We got pushing and shoving, and we might get some penalties here. Steenerson pushed a Rebel into the net with 3:03 to go in the period. As they said a long time ago in AWA, there will be fines and suspensions. I'm not sure if they're going to get anybody here, but
well, they're pulling the face out off.
Yeah, so they're going to let them play on. We've just had that Rebels early penalty 21 seconds in, and then Maple Grove took a bench minor at 8:44, too many men. And now we'll come out of the Rebel zone on the blue line near side. Bernovic wins the draw for Champlin Park, and they send it all the way across. Here's Blodgett, flips it in high off the glass. Going into the corner, Carlson for the Rebels in maroon behind that Maple Grove net down to our left. Pinching in on the near side was Evan Long. Right back in behind the net. Very active forecheck for Champlin Park. And then that skips over Long's stick. And then he'll send it up into the bleachers. Look out.
Yeah, you almost had to dive out of the way, Steve. That was if that would have hit the Raptors the right way, you would have.
I don't dive anymore. I just probably would have let it hit me, and try and move on.
Well, my cat-like quicknesses would have saved that puck from you, I promise you.
Yeah, it's all I'm doing is protecting the face at this point. Maple Grove controls in their own end, trying to chip it out. Stolen away, a chance for Champlin Park. Williams going into the corner, Aberwald. Now it's Ron. Ron in the corner for Champlin Park. Tries to skate out of there. Good battle in that near corner. Centering pass just off the stick of Williams into the far corner. Held in at the far point. This is Bellison. Warren near side. That one didn't get through. That's knocked down by the Crimson. And on the blue line back there, Picanato. He can't get it out. Champlin Park right into the corner. Good shift here by the Rebels. Aberwald spins out of there. Sends it to the point. Warren across. All the way through. Tip just wide. Tipped in front by Champlin Park, and it goes just wide to the left of Roach. And now Maple Grove gets it to center. Margino gives it up in over the line. Brink. Drop pass. Kernan into the right circle. Blocked by New. It goes out of there to the near boards. Here's Kernan again. Top of the slot. Rister blocked down in front. That stung Ron right in the middle. He blocked that shot. And now it's Aberwald the other way late in his shift. Sends it over to Blodgett. He'll just dump it in with 1:23 to go in the period. Maple Grove near corner. Blodgett goes in to help it out. He'll pick it up, try and spin out of there. He's out there with Carlson. Waiting at the near point, Brody Olson. He needs to retreat. Steenerson in over the line. Steenerson steps through, whistles one wide. Just wide to the right, a goaltender New. Back out to the point, Maple Grove a chance. Putting on a little heat, under a minute to go, period number 1. Blodgett sends it out and into the Maple Grove zone. Rebels go for a change. Frantic action as you might expect. Steenerson into the left circle, powers her way in, blocked by New, and the Rebels clear it out. Here's Paginen. Paginen loses it, top of the left circle, sent back to center ice, knocked right back by Lang for Champlin Park. And I don't know if we're going to get a hand pass called with 28.4 to go in period number 1.
Yeah, it looks like that they will call that. But you mentioned the back and forth action, and both teams are skating extremely well tonight, and some good hitting. Maple Grove came in with a low goals against, and they're great of just not allowing that rebound to be open.
Rebels try and control the draw, and they do. Bellison swings it all the way around and out. Picked up by Williams. Williams with Aberwald, dumps it into the far corner. Aberwald gets there first. Ron gets it along the half wall, sends it over to the far side. Aberwald loses an edge, goes in heavily. He pops right back up, and here comes Finn Brink. His shot blocked down. Brink still after it. Shot in on New, puck loose, and they're going to call it a goal! It looked like the net was coming off.
Quiet.
And they're going to call it a good goal with .8 remaining in the period. We'll call that 16:59. And I think Champlin Park has a legitimate beef here.
Absolutely they do. It'll be Jack Kernan will get the goal. But that looked like that was off. So we've got the clock there, and initial save by New. It's right behind.
It's still loose.
That's a good goal. Actually, it's in.
And I think they're going to probably give it to Brink. Wouldn't you think? I don't know. We'll get the announcement here. 1-1 hockey game. Goal comes in the final .8. Drew Bellison trying to get an explanation, but we saw the replay and it looked like the net was still in place.
Yeah, it looked like it had crossed the line just as the net came off. Great job by the camera guys.
Tom Potter getting an explanation. Both officials over in that bench area. And what we saw is that the net. Yeah, so it is Kernan.
Yeah, if you can see right there, it looked like that puck is across the line.
Yep.
By the it looks like it almost got pushed back in by the Rebels.
Yeah, and the official was right where he should be behind the net, trying to keep an eye, and our replay shows it was a good goal. And at the moment I said Champlin Park might have a beef, but our replay sorted it out. They dropped the puck, and that is it. So Maple Grove gets the goal at 16:59. It is Kernan, his 16th of the year, with an assist to Steenerson and Brink. And what a hockey game. Shots, Maple Grove 13, Champlin Park 9. 1-1 our game. Steve Thompson, Jim Childs, and our great QCTV crew from Fogarty. Don't go anywhere. Period number 2 coming up.
Welcome to our winter edition of At the Half, the show where we take a closer look at some of our area high school sports. I'm your host, Chuck Stens. Andover boys and girls hockey look to capitalize on their outstanding dual state championships last year. In order to continue their success into this season, let's talk with the head coaches from both teams to see what the teams have to bring.
I'm Melissa Volk, and this is my 10th year at Andover. Our expectations are kind of similar every single year to be getting better, as the season goes and be playing our best hockey come February. We're a year older. Last year we were super young with so many freshmen on the team, and now kids are kind of filling some different roles and kind of figuring it out this year. Our captains, Ella Berger, Issa Gettle, Maddie Brown, that top line of ours, and then also Kaylin Mum back at D, Courtney Stegman, our goalie, but then a lot of other players that fill some huge roles for us and give us that depth that we need. Yeah, so every game, we kind of get excited for and another opportunity to play with our teammates and whatnot. But tomorrow we play Minnetonka, so that's a big game. And then we're in the Dyna tournament after Christmas. Yeah, we love our youth girls. We're so lucky to know all of them on such an individual basis. But the biggest thing that we preach here is just working hard and having a good attitude.
My name's Mark Manny. I'm the head coach of the boys hockey team at Andover High School. Well, last year's team, a lot of our skill up front was underclassmen, and when you have underclassmen leading your team on offense, they don't feel the pressure that seniors feel. So they tend to kind of play loose and play very well. Seniors sometimes, get the feeling it might be their last game if they lose, and sometimes that leads to not playing well. So we had the perfect combo last year of great senior leaders who were calm under pressure and juniors who played free. We'll see what we have this year. Our best players are going to be seniors this year, and sometimes, like I say, that's not a great recipe, and sometimes it is. So we hope our young guys get better every game, and we get good leadership, and I think this team will be pretty good by the end of the year. Well, up front, our three big guys are Gavin Thorson, Caden Casey, and Cooper Conway. Casey and Thorson both had over 70 points last year. Conway was hurt about half the year, so he had his offensive numbers didn't look quite as impressive, but they're going to be our leaders up front. Throw in senior Mac Yell, and we're looking for big things offensively from him, and junior Ben Dahl as well. And after that, we're going to see who steps forward and kind of takes the mantle and runs. On the backside, Tristan May Robinson, senior captain, who's been a stalwart for us for 2 years now, and will be again for a third. And then Landon Stringfellow, a junior who played a regular shift last year and is getting better by the day. Back in the net, we lost Austin Bronze, who was probably the best goalie in Minnesota last year. So we're just looking for who's going to step forward and take that job. We've got 4 very capable goalies, and any of them could be our starter by the end of the year.
The Tornadoes have some new dedicated members of their cheerleading squad. Let's check in with them to learn some more.
I started coaching this year. I used to coach at a different school for an elementary competitive team, so this is kind of a switch up, but I really like it.
My name is Jordan Waldinger, and I've been coaching here for 4 years. I'm going to be going on 5. I came here to be the assistant coach just right after I graduated high school, so I've been here for a bit.
Last year was kind of rough for us. We had a lot of drama, a lot of issues, but I feel like this year we have the most committed and hardworking team that I've ever seen. Yeah, we are this is some of the most hardworking girls I've ever met. They are so committed. They want to win. They want to be here every day. They want to put in the work, and they want to get that bid.
I think there's just more energy, more effort. So I just think this team is just miles different than it was last year. They want to be here. I can tell they want to be here. They want to put in the work. They're putting in work outside of practice.
Yeah, the drive is really there. I enjoy it.
We learned from our middle school coaches that were old Anoka cheerleaders that learned different ways and different techniques and stuff. And basically, when we got our new coach, Caitlin, she brought in some new cheers that she did with her old team.
Also cheers that she had learned in high school herself.
Yeah.
So cheers end up kind of just being a big collaboration of what ends up working for the team and like what we like the most.
Our pyramids that we do in our competitive routine, we have performed them at football games. just to kind of practice it in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And we've done a couple of routines at Pep Fest.
I think games that we cheer at, I feel that's more performing, and competitions I do view as like competing. Like it's more intense.
Our first competition of the year usually is regionals, and it's always the Saturday before Halloween. And then after that, we have competitions usually on Saturdays, every weekend or every other weekend kind of after that. Until like late February when Nationals is.
When I got hired, that was my goal to the AD, was I would like to take this team to Nationals. Mm-hmm. That's a huge goal for coaches as well. So.
Coaching this team, we've gotten 2 bids, I think, and we just haven't gone yet. So I think that's always my goal.
Nationals. We want to get a bid to Nationals. Yep.
The Rebels gymnastics team is committed to setting goals and improving throughout the season. Let's see what the team is up to and how they plan to seek success this winter.
We're down a bit, but I've always said I want to work with athletes who will work hard. Like, if you love gymnastics and you work hard, that's who I want to work with. And we've got a core group of great girls. We've got an awesome senior leader in Melina Ung. I don't know anybody that's worked harder. So it's been a pleasure to coach her, and she's already been an awesome, invaluable captain, and I know that will keep going through the season.
We lost about half of our team, I'd say, and then we got a lot of new middle schoolers, which is really nice, so that we have a really young team right now, and I think the season will be really fun. We have our summer practices, and then we also do, I tried to do monthly team bondings over the summer before season started.
So the technique is the thing that takes a little bit more time and repetitions to build, and well, really all those things, strength, flexibility, but the strength and flexibility are what we really focus on as a coaching staff. Of those are things we can control. If you're doing your splits daily and really working it, you'll get more flexible. If you're doing shoulder stretches, and we do partner shoulder stretches and a lot of different stretches, you'll get more shoulder flexibility. So the strength and flexibility we focus on a lot. We focus a lot on improvement. So it's always a goal of ours with both our varsity and JV to have the team from that first meet to the end meet improve 8 to 10 points. And last year I think we got almost to 12 with the varsity, and I think maybe even 13 with the JVs. So those continue to be our goals. So this year we're just focusing on rebuilding those good team habits and that mentality towards improvement. And we're going to try and beat those teams that are at that same level that we're at, and show that we worked to be our best on that day.
That's it for this edition of At the Half. Make sure to keep up to date with all your local sports coverage by liking and subscribing to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Thanks for watching.
Jason, let's.
And we are back. Fogarty Arena, Section 5AA Semifinal. Champlin Park, the number 3 seed, giving number 2 seed Maple Grove all they want, 1-1 after 1. 13-9 on the shots, Jim Childs.
Yeah, coming into this game, we kind of did a little tail of the tape, and Maple Grove really on these special teams have done a great job. If you look at their power play, 44%, unbelievable. That's almost 1 out of every 2 power penalties against, and you're getting a score from it. But on the penalty kill, heavily weighted to the Maple Grove Crimson. Scoring differential, that is the amount of goals for and against, and the differential in between there, 42 for the Rebels and 88 for the Crimson. Sectional championships, 5 for the Maple Grove Crimson and 1 back in 1995 for the Rebels. tonight's one of them is going to have a chance to go and play for the sectional final coming up.
And that'll be against Rogers in Elk River on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Colin New is in the goal to our left now for Champlin Park. New had a good first period. Maple Grove getting that goal with 1 second remaining in the period.
Yeah, and they had another opportunity early in the first period. Went off the post, and then really the Rebels kind of took over. They absolutely kind of dominated play through most of the second or first period. There you see the goal scored by Matthew Blodgett, and then with 0.8 seconds left, a goal by the Crimson as Kernan scores. Really, it was Finn Brink that really made that happen as he went down on the rush and really forced that play.
So Kernan gets the goal, the assist with 1 second remaining in the period. Steenerson and Brink. But an outstanding first period for both teams. And I would, even though Maple Grove outshot them 13-9, I'd give Champlin Park the slight edge. They had more zone time than Maple Grove.
Absolutely, and the Crimson just blocked, just kind of clogged up those passing and shooting lanes. A lot of blocked shots. As far as face-offs, I had the Maple Grove Crimson with a 9-5 lead on face-offs there in the first period.
Kernan, Brink, Ellingson out there for Maple Grove. The top line, Ron Aberwald Williams for Champlin Park. Maple Grove controls the draw. They're in their own end, and they send it out. This is Ellingson along the boards. He's going to dump in, giving chase. Kernan goes in behind the net. Once again, the Rebels defending the goal down to our left. They try to chip it out, held in by Brink, and that's Kernan backing it into the corner. Grabbed there by Bellison trying to get it out. Players go down in the corner. And now Jax Warren, it comes loose in front. And then it's batted out of there, out to the point. Stelgis knocks it in to the corner and all the way around. Great opportunity for Maple Grove early in period number 2. Puck along the boards. And now cleared out of there by Champlin Park to neutral ice. Picked up at the near blue line. That was Aberwald. Maple Grove active on the forecheck early in this period, and I think they maybe got an earful from Todd Berglund.
Yeah, absolutely. Their Rebels are having a tough time just getting out of the zone.
And they finally get it out to center. It's chipped ahead. Goes off the stick of Blodgett. Maple Grove right back after it. Here is Patefield carrying it in offside, and we'll get a draw just outside the blue line. Down to our left, 15:48 to go. 13-9 shots. We're tied on the board, 1-1.
Yeah, Finn Brink right here with right inside of the circle, getting into that low slot area, puts one right on New, and New with a nice save on that.
Bernovic for the Rebels, Patefield for the Crimson, and the Rebels control, and they go into their own zone. They go D to D. That's Olsen. Over to Long, and they send it out, and they wave off. Oh, they're not going to wave off the ice. We didn't see a lot of that in period number 1, but we've got an icing here, and we'll go down and pay a visit to Cohen New, the Champlin Park goaltender. Rebels 17-9 overall this season, ranked number 17 in the latest Let's Play Hockey poll. Maple Grove number 4, the defending state runner-up. They're 25-1. Out to the point. This one blocked away. That was off the stick of Beck Picanato. Maple Grove, though, putting on the pressure early in the period. Champlin Park trying to move it ahead, and they do. Carlson, they send it to the front, crashing the net. Bernovic, but he was tied up. And Maple Grove's going to come right back out of there. Going into the corner after that, Steenerson. They send it through. Chasing after it, Lucas Bush, excuse me. And out from the point, that skips all the way through into the near corner. And the Rebels are going to send it to center. That was just whacked out of there by Carlson. Crimson right back after it. Steenerson, tough angle shot. Popped into the air by New. Comes into the near circle and out to center ice. But a lot of jump by Maple Grove. Owen Smith sends it in. And now Maple Grove right back after it. Around the net they go. Into the right circle. It's picked up. Backhander goes well wide. That backhander by Joey Leafblad. Maple Grove dominating play early in period number 2. They have some extra jump. Here's Imgrund. And now sent back into the corner by Anderson. All the way around. The Rebels bottled up in their own end. Owen Smith sends it back in. And there's a battle along the half wall. Brnovic finally gets it out to neutral ice. Maple Grove right back after it. Gavin Anderson into the right circle. Hits New up high. Pops out of there into the far corner. And Evan Williams tries to get it out. And we're going to get a draw.
Evan Williams wanted to get it out no matter what. They just needed to get a face-off and regroup a little bit. Maple Grove has just taken it to it. They're beating them to every loose puck right now. And the Rebels are on their heels.
And that's why I think Todd Berglund maybe lit them up between periods. They have a lot more jump. Here's to the near point. Big slap shot knocked down. From the near point, Champlin Park the other way. Ron in the middle gives it up on the left. Here's a shot blocked into the corner off the stick of Aberwald. Comes all the way around, giving chase Bellison. And now Maple Grove clears it ahead. Here's Finn Brink. Brink hits the line, steps through. Backhanded shot. Somehow didn't go in. It got behind New. Maple Grove sends it in front. Brink gets it on the forehand. That's backhanded blocked by New into the corner. Rebels on their heels. Aberwald out to center. Margino loses it. He's being chased by Ron. And now Maple Grove up the near boards. Pinching in and grabbing for Champlin Park. Pagenin. But he steps offside. 13:09 to go period number 2.
The crowd is in it right here. You see Finn Brink, how he got through that defensive, and that one right on the line. Got past New, and we'll see who was back there. It looks like that was Bellison, who was able to get that puck out of the crease and a potential goal saved.
Leno had it in his own end, sent it out. Matthew Lang tried to knock it into the Maple Grove zone. It's at neutral ice. And now Pagenin sends it in for Champlin Park for the moment. Into the skates of Pagenin at neutral ice. Maple Grove gets it into the zone. That's Bush along the near boards. Bush still fighting for it. Comes into the middle. And now Champlin Park the other way. Rebels out of there. Peterson gets a shot. Saved by Roach. First save for Roach in the period. Players go into the end wall. And Maple Grove sends it out to center. Back the other way is Bush. Bush into the right circle, into the middle. Waiting. Puck loose. It was blocked down, and the Rebels are going to get it out of there. Pagenin sends it all the way down. They wave off the icing, and Maple Grove with a head of steam carries it ahead. Anderson to center ice. He was slowed up there neatly by Carlson, and now the Rebels at their own blue line have it. Here's Long. Long sends it ahead. Champlin Park trying to get it in. They do for the moment, and then it's right back out. Maple Grove the other way. Imgrun shot goes well wide. Comes almost all the way out on the near side, and Champlin Park will clear it. Here's Blodgett. He has a lone Rebels goal. That came at 7:43 of period number 1. Maple Grove getting their goal in the final second of period number 1, and that was Jack Kernan. Good forecheck by Brnovic. Pinning it along the boards. Carlson over there helping out. 11:20 and counting to go. Period number 2. Full house here at Fogarty. Rebels hold it in. Send it all the way over the net. And into the netting. That was Drew Bellison, one of the captains, sending it way up high. And we'll get a stop. And both teams are going to change it up. Tom Potter for Champlin Park. And Todd Berglund for Maple Grove.
Yeah, both very good coaches, experienced coaches as well. Todd Berglund, a 218er. He's from Thief River Falls. Good hockey town up there, the Prowlers.
And they get it ahead. Here's Finn Brink. Finn Brink out there with Ellingson. Goes down into the corner, being hounded there by Jax Warren. Now there's company over there in that far corner. It comes out into the slot, saved by New. Jack Kernan teed one up, and New met him and took that one right in the belly.
Yeah, Conan New needs to have a big game than he has so far. He has been up for everything with the exception of that rebound that got kind of put behind him. He's looked great tonight.
Champlin Park wins the draw. They'll try and skate it out of there. Here's Bellison up the boards, and it's tapped ahead. Here's Aberwald. Now it's Ron in the left circle. His pocket was picked, and Margino sends it ahead. Finn Brink got bumped off the puck neatly there. Tough angle shot goes well wide, comes all the way out of the zone. And giving chase is Beck Picanato, and Maple Grove sends it right back in. Here's Warren along the boards. That was picked off by Kernan. Kernan drops it off. And Maple Grove scores. That was Margino.
Yep. Luke Margino, nobody picked him up. He took it outside the circle, was able to skate in right from the dot. He rips one onto New, and it goes, it looked like it went glove side, and was able to get a piece of it, but not enough as that one scores. And Maple Grove up 2-1.
Yeah, Margino plays on the blue line, stepped up, gets his 9th of the year. It comes at 6:47. Maple Grove up 2-1. They scored one at the end of period number 1 and have dominated play here in period number 2. They try and chip it out, and they do get it ahead. Here come the Crimson. Bush, right circle, centering pass. Another goal just like that. That's Leno.
What a pass from Lucas Bush. And incredibly, a great shot by Grant Leno on a backhand.
Leno chasing the play, gets his 10th of the year.
Here's the second goal for Maple Grove, as that one just came in, and this is the third goal as the pass, beautiful saucer pass onto the backhand, and Leno puts it down for that third goal for the Crimson.
So Leno at 7:03. Those Maple Grove goals come 16 seconds apart. 9:45 to go, period number 2. Maple Grove has scored 3 in a row. Champlin Park needs points. They need a goal here. Aberwald out there with Ron and Williams. Puck along the near boards. Dumped into the corner. That's Williams behind the net. Fighting for it. Gets a little help from Ron. He's pinned along the boards. Maple Grove sends it out. And it's knocked ahead. Giving chase, Ellingson. Ellingson behind the net. Brody Olsen after him. And now a quick shot. That's knocked down. That shot came off the stick of Imgrun. And Champlin Park's going to send it down. It goes in on Roach. He'll steer it to his right. Maple Grove moves it quickly ahead. Leafblad sends it in. They'll wave off the ice. And it's Olsen for the Rebels sending it around. Picking it up Long. Long will get it out to center ice, but Maple Grove trying to send it right back into the zone. Blodgett, the lone goal, out there with Carlson, waiting for someone trailing the play. Bernovic now in the far corner. Champlin Park trying to get organized. Get some zone time. No penalties in the period. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Here's Blodgett behind the net. Sends it over to the corner. Jax Warren. He'll skate out to the point, far side. He'll send one toward the net, knocked down, backhanded, just wide on the doorstep. That was Carlson. Warren sends it in. It's picked off by Maple Grove, and Leafblad will send it out to center. Well, that was a good shift for Champlin Park. They needed it and had a good scoring opportunity. Coming up on 8 to go in the period. Crimson get to the blue line and dump it in and give chase. That was Owen Smith. Champlin Park trying to get it out of the zone, and they do to center. Smith sends it across, and now Connor Stelges trying to carry it in. And now Maple Grove gets back on side. Rebels controlling their own end. Here's Bellison. Bellison sends it across. Dumped right back in by Stelges. And giving chase is Warren in the corner. He got bumped there. Picked off. Maple Grove a chance. Wrist shot blocked down. Another shot from the near side. And that was blocked down. That was a quick one off the stick of Leno. Leno had that goal a moment ago. Champlin Park hits the line. They send one in behind the net. Getting after it there is Bellison. Bellison normally playing on the blue line. And trying to get into the corner is Peterson for Champlin Park. Near side, Lang fighting along the boards, coming up on 7 to go in the period. And the Crimson come out of there. Here comes Maple Grove. Bush gives it up right side. That shot saved by New. Quick shot from the right circle, saved by New. And that was off the stick of Karkos. Or maybe it was Stelgis who got the shot away.
Here's that opportunity. That rebound came right out to the Rebels as Brnovic was right there and just couldn't handle that bouncing puck as that went away. Open net. Good opportunity for the Rebels.
Comes out to the point. Maple Grove holds it in. Top line out there, Ron Aberwald and Williams. They go into the corner. Here's Aberwald fighting for it. He works off a check. He's still after it. And now Maple Grove gaining control back in that far corner. Kernan there. They send it through the crease area. Nobody home. And trying to bat it out of there is Picconato. And Maple Grove does get it out. Barely out over their line. Kernan back into his own end. Sends it across to Picconato. And here's a pass ahead, but offside. That was a home run pass to Ellingson.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple of those where they're trying to stretch the forecheck and that attacking group for the Rebels, and seeing if they can get through the neutral zone a little bit better out of the Crimson.
3-1 Maple Grove, 6:21 to go, period number 2. They get that goal in the final second of the first, and the only 2 goals of this period. And Champlin Park trying to send it in with Brnovic. And now Maple Grove gives chase after it. In that end, that's Pate Field. He can't hold the zone. It comes out to center ice, but Maple Grove controls. They move it ahead, and it's taken away by Brnovic. Brnovic, tough angle shot toward Roach. He'll glove it, and we'll get a stop. With 6 on the dot to go in period number 2. The winner gets Rogers Thursday night in Elk River at 7 o'clock. The winner to state. And they'd be crowned the champions of Section 5AA. Rogers, a big physical team.
Yeah, and they're young. Well, we know right now that the Northwest Suburban Conference will at least have 1 entrance, as all 3 of the final teams for Section 5 are Northwest Suburban teams.
That shot goes wide, comes all the way around. Maple Grove gets it to center. Champlin Park, Bellison chips it in. They get it onside. Here's a wrist shot, saved by Roach. That came from the far wall, off the stick of Aberwald. Ron fighting for it. He can't get to it. And now here comes Maple Grove in over the line. Bush shot on, save, rebound, knocked away. Bush has had a good period.
Yes, he has.
Lucas Bush certainly been all over. Maple Grove very aggressive period number 2. Chipped in, Ron in, onside along the wall, getting bumped, still fighting for it while his teammates change behind him. Ron with quite a shift, works into the corner, still battling, coming up on 5 to go in the period. And now Maple Grove's going to slap it out and down. They're going to take the icing call. I think that may be their first of the night.
They might have had one in the first period.
Maybe 2, but
it's been not many whistles. And Steve, we may have to give you oxygen because there's not many breaks for you.
I'll hang in there. I'll sleep well tonight. I do know that. Good game though. Maple Grove though is really taking control in period number 2. Shots 20-15. And out there to take the draw for Champlin Park, Nick Carlson. And in the face-off circle, Jack Kernan. So the top line for Maple Grove, Kernan with Brink and Ellingson. And it goes in behind the net, controlled by Champlin Park. Stepping into the right circle, sending it out in front. Nice move there to the front by Carlson. And now here comes Kernan for Maple Grove. He has Brink with him. And it's picked off Champlin Park. Here's Carlson again, in over the line, wrist shot in on, he follows his shot, Roach made the save and then gets a rebound. What a rush by Carlson, put it low on Roach and then followed his shot.
Yeah, it kind of popped up on him, popped up on Roach, and Roach was able to glove it. And this line has been buzzing as well.
Well, that would have been huge for Champlin Park right there to get within one. 4:33 to go in the period. They've picked up the pace, though, and played better here later in the period.
Yes, they have.
That one is picked off and turned the other way by the Crimson. They'll get it in over the line. Imgrund, but they are offside. We'll come out to neutral ice. 4:24 to go in the period. Maple Grove leading at 3-1. Shots 2017 Crimson.
And the Crimson came out flying, and like you said, you just feel the momentum switching back over to the Rebels. You can see right here, little extracurricular, and palms up.
Rebels grab it in their own end, send it out to center ice, and that is an icing. Brody Olson tried to just send it ahead and a little bit too far, and I don't mind the effort. We'll go to the other end and get a draw to the right of Cohen New.
Yeah, they're going to switch up too with the first line coming back out there for the Crimson.
Huge crowds for both games, as you might expect at Fogarty Arena. Parking a challenge. I ended up walking in from Northtown for the game. Here's Champlin Park in over the line. That shot partially blocked. Champlin Park fighting in behind the net. Pagetin can't hold the zone. Comes back near the Rebels' blue line and sent ahead by Bellison. And now over in the far corner in the Maple Grove end is Smith. And now they get it to the Rebels line and right back out. So a lot of play at neutral ice. Champlin Park controlling at their own line. That's Jack Warren. He'll dump it ahead. And right back to center ice. Here comes Karkok. Into the middle. Bumped off the play was Bush. And now it's Ron out there. Ron Aberwald and Williams. Ron goes back behind his own net. And Jordan Ron's going to drop it off. And they'll send it ahead and get it to center ice. Aberwald dumps it in. First man in is Williams. He can't get to it. Held in over there by Aberwald at the blue line. Can't move it forward. Now he ultimately does. Ron along the boards. Takes a hit. And now the Crimson send it back the other way. It's Paintfield. Paintfield in over the line. Wrist shot. Gloved by New. We'll get it stopped. 2:54 to go in the period.
Boy, Bush has seemed to be on every, odd man rush or rush up the ice. He's had a great period. You had mentioned with that one back, that pass, little saucer pass over. He's been outstanding on this period.
So Champlin Park love to get a goal here to cut it to 1, going to 3. And Champlin Park controls the draw. They'll send it along the boards and out. They're able to break it to center ice, controlled by Maple Grove in their own end. And now they bump it ahead. This is Kernan. Kernan carries it in. Look out, Finn Brink. Finn Brink knocks it out in the slot. Tries to step into the middle, still on it. That shot whistles wide, may have hit a skate. Brink along the near boards, gets it out to the point. They send it and hits a Maple Grove skate, almost goes out of the zone. Now it's Brody Olson behind the net. Goes over to the far corner. Blodgett tries to get it out. Olson's going to skate it to center. And now it's Bernovic. They're going to dump it in, and Roach is going to hold. And we'll get a draw to his left. 2:10 to go, period number 2. Maple Grove has scored 3 in a row and lead it 3-1.
But, Finn Brink is up for Mr. Hockey this year, and he's had a great senior season. His anticipation in that zone is so good. He seems to be in the right spot at the right time a lot of times when the Crimson have the puck.
Brink coming in, 28 goals, 34 assists. Future Badger. And Wisconsin, they need a talent infusion. Under 2 to go. They've had a rough here in the WCHA. Champlin Park fighting, battling. Ron trying to step out from behind, can't get it out. And now it comes to center. Here come the Crimson. Steenerson, big guy into the corner, goes behind the net, goes over to the far wall, still has it, sends it right back into the corner. Knocked down by Maple Grove, still loose in front, danger area. And Champlin Park's going to send it out to center. Knocked down by Maple Grove. Picanato knocked it down, and we'll get a stop. 1:25 to go in the period.
So that's second line's coming back on for the Rebels, the one that they've got that first goal for the Rebels. See if they can get things back on track. They've had a good second half of the second period.
Here's Bellison. Sends it around the boards. Brink couldn't get to it, and it comes out to neutral ice. Sent back in by Leno. Champlin Park, there's Brink. Had it deflected away over to the far boards. Held in, chipped toward the front, and now sending it the other way is Brnovic. Brnovic had it picked off. Maple Grove in over the line. Brink sends it out to the point. This one tipped in on goal. What a tip there by Kernan, but New was waiting.
Yeah, great play by New, who had vision. Marganeau came in and Kernan just about had his second goal.
3-1 Maple Grove, 48.9 to go, period number 2. They lead shots 22-17. Draw to the left, goaltender Colin New, Rebels in maroon, Maple Grove in white. They're the number 2 seed, Champlin Park the number 3 seed. Out to the point, big drive, blocked down. That was blocked by Blodgett. He'll field that one tomorrow. Champlin Park still bottled up in their own end as they try and get it out. And they do get it to center ice, but it's Margineau who sends it right back in. Here's Brink. Brink gives it up. They send it just wide of the net. Boy, that was beautiful teamwork between Brink, Kernan, and Ellingson. Here's Kernan again. That's tipped over to the wall. Batted toward the corner. Brink behind the net. Ellingson over in the corner. Just 6 seconds remaining. Champlin Park just trying to run out the clock. Pushing, shoving. A little of this, a little of that. And that is the end of period number 2. Maple Grove leads it 3-1. It was 1-1 after 1. And Maple Grove in the period got Luke Margineau a goal at 6:47. And then 16 seconds later, they get a goal from Grant Leno. And they lead it 3-1. Stick around, period number 3 coming up from Fogarty here on QCTV.
Wrap up this year's 2008 parade. We managed to hold off the rain just long enough. Skies are clear and turned out to be a great night for a parade, John.
It did. It was a wonderful night for a parade. We had 6 bands that joined us tonight. I'm kind of excited. I'm going to head down afterwards to see who won because it was a pretty good competition.
This is John Cox, to be specific. John worked for the city of Champlin for 25 years. His role shifted over the years, but retired as the city's deputy administrator.
We have coming into our picture our first band. We've got 2 tonight. We have our host, the Champlin Park High School Marching Rebels.
John dedicated his life to Champlin, but one of his true passions was live announcing the Father Hennepin Festival Parade.
3 years, I think, since we've done this, so it was a fun time for everybody involved this year.
For decades, John hosted the parade for QCTV alongside Steve Boynton. John is now happily retired and currently living in Arizona. But through the beauty of technology, we were able to catch up with John to share some of his favorite Father Hennepin memories. Well, John, thank you so much for joining us. You know, you are living your best life in Arizona. How is the weather down there right now?
The weather is unseasonably cool right now, but the temperatures will come back and we'll be back into the 60s and 70s. And so looking forward to that, but it's nice. You can't complain.
Well, again, thanks for joining us. You are a Champlin staple. I mean, you were and you still are, really, right? You worked for the city for 25 years, correct?
25 years, yes, yes.
So you and Steve sat in those two chairs and you narrated the parade for how long?
I believe somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 plus years that we've been involved with the event.
Welcome everybody to the 2005 Father Hennepin Parade. For over 25 years, the fine city of Champlin has played host to this annual Rite of Summer. My name's John Cox, and I'm joined here this evening with the mayor of Champlin, Steve Boynton.
It's been a lot of fun. QCTV does a wonderful job, makes our job very, very easy. But I'll tell you, Corey, in the early days, we would sit on top of this huge TV production truck and try to view the parade from that standpoint. And it was a little scary up there back in those days, but now you have us on the ground. Thank you.
Yeah, it's better to be on the ground, a little more safe, right, than way up on the truck.
It is. Well, we had a couple of years where we had rain, and our chairs were literally inches from the edge of the top of the truck. So the year that we showed up and they said, hey, this year we're going to try putting you on the ground, we were so happy.
Do you have any other kind of specific or fun memories of the parade or the festival?
Well, the parade, let me just mention this because the history is interesting. So the parade started in 1929. It was set up really as a one and done. So it was held in 1929. And then there was a bicentennial committee that was set up in Champlin in 1976. And that committee felt it would be a good idea to bring the festival and the parade back, which they have and has been held every year since. Except I think we missed 1 year during COVID. I think the parade was canceled.
You have a Champlin-focused podcast that you record from your home in Arizona. Do you want to touch on that real quick if people want to check that out?
Yeah, I would love to. So Steve Boynton, former mayor, still the Champlin resident, him and I co-host a show called The Champlin Project. And that project is just a journey to share interesting stories about Champlin's past. We've had a great time doing that. And then we usually bring on a guest who can authenticate some of the things that we're talking about. It's really a fact-based show that talks about the history, and the history is very interesting. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for your time, John, and we hope to see you this summer at the next Father Hennepin Festival.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
So I'm throwing a holiday party and I need some alcoholic drinks. So today I'm at the West Better Values liquor store, one of 2 Anoka locations. Right off the bat, I'm blown away by the selection. So I find my beer, I grab my wine, but I need some extra help assembling some cocktails. That's where Kevin comes in. Kevin is the operations manager for Better Value Liquor Stores in Anoka. But Kevin is so much more than just a manager. His level of expertise is extensive. So while Kevin shows me the ropes, he also explains the connection to the city of Anoka and why drinking responsibly is so important to Better Value Liquors.
Friendly staff, convenient, a good selection. We're working on the selection and adding to it. So we're owned by the city of Anoka, so the residents of Anoka own us. all the money, all the proceeds, all the profits go back to the city. First and foremost, we're in the business to control the sale of alcohol by not selling to minors and not selling to obviously intoxicated customers. Number two, generate revenue from alcohol sales. So control is the biggest thing. We check IDs for anyone that appears to be 30 years of age and younger and anyone in a group. 28 years of experience and knowledge in a lot of areas. Still don't know everything about everything, but I can steer people in the right direction, help them out. Especially I love talking about wine, bourbons, craft beers. Yeah, we can find something for you. If you're looking for information regarding our stores, you can check out our Facebook page. There you'll find information on when we're having tasting events, in-store tastings, any construction changes.
So hey, if you are looking for more than just a liquor store, stop in to Better Value Liquors and say hi to Kevin or one of his many friendly staff members. The west location is located at 809 West Highway 10, and the east location is located at 847 East River Road. Hey, happy holidays, and remember to drink and to drive responsibly.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Do you remember your first bike? Do you remember the excitement and freedom it gave you? Witnessing that joy or getting a from the heart thank you note from a recipient of one of our bikes is our reward. Bikes for Kids collects bikes donated to us from local bike shops, recycling centers, law enforcement, and individuals. We refurbish these bikes and give them away to kids and others in need who may not be able to afford one, along with a helmet and a bike lock. We do this through churches and other charitable organizations, and the recipients of our bikes also include homeless people and even refugees from the war in Ukraine and also Africa, where we ship them over once, sometimes even twice a year. In continuing our mission, not only do we need bikes to refurbish, but we also need volunteers. Along with your monetary donations to help with buying parts and other expenses. If you don't know how to fix a bike, that is no problem. We can train you. But you can also help out cleaning the bikes, pumping up tires, setting up orders, moving bikes, parting out unrepairable bikes, pickup and delivery. Bikes for Kids has been around for 10 years, and last year we gave away 3,600 bikes to kids who really appreciated it. Let's keep it going.
And we are back. Fogarty Arena, Section 5AA Semifinal tonight. Number 2 Maple Grove leading number 3 Champlin Park 3-1 after 2 periods of play. And Jim, in period number 2, Maple Grove came out of the dressing room with a lot of jump.
Yeah, and they made some adjustments where they were able to get out of the zone a little bit easier and kind of deal with that tenacious forecheck. And right here you see just a beautiful pass from Bush.
Yeah, and Leno with that goal to make it 3-1. No penalties in period number 2. In the game, it's been physical, but both teams 1 penalty for 2 minutes. That came in period number 1. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Both goaltenders have played well. Cohen New has faced 22 shots, let 3 in. On the flip side, Jack Roach for Maple Grove has faced 17 and let 1 in. And it's imperative Champlin Park get a goal early in the period to make it a hockey game.
Yes.
And you know what they say about those 2-goal leads?
Most dangerous lead in all sports, right?
Champlin Park trying to come back. They beat Maple Grove during the regular season 2-1. And do they have a rally in them tonight and keep their season alive? The winner meets #1 seed Rogers in Elk River on Thursday night. The winner of the state boys hockey tournament, Maple Grove, the defending state runner-up. They lost to Andover in that epic championship game last March. I don't know if we'll ever see a better high school hockey game than that.
Not from an entertainment standpoint. Boy, that was sensational.
And Champlin Park right after it. Jordan Ron dumps it in along the wall. Maple Grove defending the goal down to our left. They're wearing white, and they come out to center ice. Here's Finn Brink. Finn Brink had his pocket picked. They send it back to center ice. Brink gets it right back with Ellingson. Brink bumped into the corner. Good play by Bellison for Champlin Park. And now they send it behind the net along the near boards. Top lines for both teams out there to start this period. Drew Bellison along the boards. They get it by Brink. Ron can't tip it out. Right back in behind the net for the Crimson. That's Ellingson giving chase. And now the Rebels get it out. Ron along the near side to Aberwald. And they're going to chip it in and go for a change. Evan Williams over on the far side did the honors. Maple Grove gets it out to center ice. Long for Champlin Park. And the Rebels ultimately send it in. Goes into the corner. Champlin Park trying to hold the zone. They had an outstanding forecheck in period #1. Maple Grove, the much better forecheck in period #2. Champlin Park trying to come around front. Blodgett, the lone goal in the game for the Rebels. Couldn't get out in front. Under 16 to go. And here comes Steenerson. Steenerson into the right circle. Got it knocked away at the last second by Blodgett on the back check. Good job by Blodgett.
Yeah, Steenerson with had a steam.
Blodgett dumps it in. Rebels go for a change. And now Maple Grove counterpunching. Bush sends it in on net. Gets by New into the corner. Big hit in the corner and a penalty. And I think this penalty might go against the Rebels.
It will, yep.
Champlin Park fans hate that call.
Yeah, it's Evan Long. Oh, I believe it's Evan Long. Yeah,
it is Long.
And he launched himself. It looked like he launched himself into the Maple Grove skater. I wonder if we can get a replay on that. That was, they've really not called a whole lot of. They haven't called a whole lot of penalties, and it's been a clean game. So,
yeah, just the second penalty. Second penalty of the game on the Rebels, just one against Maple Grove. First penalty since period #1. And now Maple Grove on the power play, and they have a good one. 44.3%. It's imperative Champlin Park kills this off. Ron will get it along the near wall and send it all the way down. In on the forecheck for Champlin Park. Rebels. Now Maple Grove gets organized. Marginal. They come to the near side. Kernan gives it up. And now it's Bush. Bush into the corner. Champlin Park does not want them to get it set up. Comes along the far side. Knocked out of there by Peterson. And all the way down. 1:25 remaining in the Maple Grove man advantage. They're up 3-1. Leading shots 22-17. 14:33 to go at Fogarty. Back the other way. Comes Marginal. Gives it up in the left circle to Brink. Now Brink gets it back. He'll send it into the front. And Champlin Park's able to whack it out of there. Good job by Will Bernovic in the right spot.
You know, after the Rebels killed off that first penalty, they went on a tear for about 4 or 5 minutes afterwards. Let's see if that happens on this one.
Here's Brink into the left circle. Sends it across. Shot and a goal. That's Kernan, his second of the game. 4-1 Maple Grove.
Well, the power play that runs at 45%, now they're just a hair over that now with 50% in this game. Kernan with his second goal.
Time of the goal, 2:56. Kernan is second. Brink will get the first assist. 4-1 Maple Grove, and that power play goal is a backbreaker, and Tom Potter told you stay out of the box.
Yep.
They took a penalty 21 seconds in. They take one early in the third, and they really paid for that one.
Yeah, great pass by Brink again. Brink is he's just he's very good on the ice. He's got great vision. Oh, we got a penalty coming up to Maple Grove now.
Yeah, and I think the penalty is going to go to Leno. Grant Leno is headed for the box. So Leno to the box at 3:11, and now it's imperative that Champlin Park cash in. They need a goal now.
Absolutely, they do. Yep.
And they got Ron out there centering. Also out there, Williams. Comes to the near wall, and Brink picks it up. Sends it over to Kernan. Maple Grove shorthanded. Kernan toward New. He'll tee it up, and now Ron behind the net being chased by Brink. And now Ron's going to come the other way. Ron with a head of steam gives it up on the wing to Williams. Williams chips it in behind the net. Giving chase back there is Lang, and Maple Grove sends it out. New way down to our right, tees it up behind the net. And it's Bellison circling the other way along the near or far wall. And this is Williams in over the line, right circle into the slot area, puck loose. Grabbed by Aberwald, can he control? Now it's Ron at the near point toward the net. Tipped up into the netting by Margino. And 1:16 remaining in the Champlin Park power play, 13:05 to go in the game.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of this first line out here for a majority of this penalty, as they are the score. They're your bread and butter.
Aberwald on the near wall. Now Ron out at the blue line. Back to Aberwald. Circling. Now out to Ron. Kept it in barely. Ron into the left circle. Wrist shot blocked down. Good block there. That was Stelgis now behind the net. Ron in the near circle. Big drive.
Oh, good save.
And Aberwald may put it right on net. Roach made the save.
Yeah, they had two skaters out front trying to screen Roach, and that one ripped in. As you can see out front, you've got Ron and also Lang out front. Big bodies.
They get it out to the point, send it across. Here's Aberwald, wrist shot, hits someone in front. That was Williams, comes all the way. Aberwald pinches in behind his back, picked up by Brink. Champlin Park somehow onside. Ron trying to go top shelf. Lang can't hold it in. Champlin Park actually did hold it in. How about that? And now it finally comes out to Finn Brink, and he'll send it all the way down. Skipping puck. Awkward save by New, but he made it. And now 22 remaining in the Champlin Park power play. Bellison in over the line. Champlin Park holding it in the slot area, sent it through, but it's picked off, and coming the other way is Margino. Margino sends it in wide of the Champlin Park net, and that'll do it for the Rebel power play. Under 12 to go in the period. Maple Grove leading it 4-1. Here's Blodgett, sends it in on Roach. From the near wall, Roach makes the save, holds on. Shots tightening up. Maple Grove leading there at 23-20.
Yeah, good penalty kill by the Crimson again. I don't think Brink came off that entire 2 minutes. I think he was out there for the entire penalty kill.
And why not? A threat shorthanded for sure. Brink, couple of assists for sure. There, he may have another one. He has not scored, but has helpers on at least 2 goals from the near point. Blocked down and chipped ahead. Good job by Paintfield. Couple of players go down. I don't see any arms in the air. And we play on. Champlin Park around their own net. Brody Olson chips it up the wall and gets it out to center. Rebels need a goal with 11:26 to go, down by 3. Maple Grove desperately trying to get it out. Wraparound try, goes right back behind the net. Player goes down. We got a penalty. Another power play opportunity. Grant Leno is going right back to the box for Maple Grove.
Yeah, that'll be a hook, as they were trying to skate around. And we'll see that top penalty kill power play unit come back out for the Rebels of Aberwald, Ron, Williams out front. And right there you can see Leno just took him down. That was a good call.
Time of the penalty, 5:46. Another power play opportunity. Near point, Ron. Ron fakes the tee up. Now it's Aberwald toward the net. Batted just wide by Williams. Williams was on the doorstep, but couldn't get it by Roach. And now Maple Grove battling. Marginal back there. And the puck is, and they finally whistle it down. And was that played with a high stick, I believe?
It was, and then nobody touched it afterwards. It just kind of laid right there. You can see Ron hit it out of midair.
Way up high.
Yep, and then smart by the Crimson not to touch it. It's just going to be seconds ticked off that power play, or that penalty.
1:35 remaining in the power play. Draw in the Rebel zone. They'll try and skate it out of there. Bellison sends it across. And now Bellison sends it to the near side. Here's Ron. Ron in over the blue line. He falls down and it comes back to center ice. Gathered in there by Williams. He loses a handle. Maple Grove shorthanded opportunity. Terrific forecheck by Joey Leafblad, third line winger. And now Ron at the blue line sends it ahead. Here's Lang. Lang into the left circle. Now to Ron. Ron along the wall sets up shop. Here's Aberwald. Aberwald back to Ron. Over to his right. Shot toward the net by Williams. Loose in front. Roach covers up.
Aberwald was just trolling around there waiting for that puck to come out to him. Another good opportunity for the Rebels is that one. They've had good puck possessions. Both just have not been able to get much on net.
10:05 to go in the third period. Maple Grove leading at 4-1. 51 seconds remaining on the Rebel power play. Bellison sends it across. Wrist shot, glove saved by Roach. Quick shot by Aberwald, but Roach saw it all the way.
Yeah, good vision. That lane was completely clear. That's the only way they're able to get it. Maple Grove just continues to clog it up. And I'd love to know what the block shots are tonight, Steve, because I'm guaranteeing you that the Crimson have, well over double digits.
Champlin Park coming in, 1-2 in a row, 4 in a row for Maple Grove. Obviously, both teams won their quarterfinal games here in Section 5AA. The winner tonight gets Rogers Thursday night in Elk River. And on the line, a trip to the state tournament beginning a week from Thursday at the XL Energy Center. Maple Grove sends it out. 35 remaining in the power play. New out of his net to the right. And he'll tee it up there for Drew Bellison. He'll skate it ahead, give it to Ron for a moment. Bellison gets it back. He hits the Maple Grove line into the right circle. Wrist shot, save Roach. And we'll get a stop. 21 remaining in the Rebel power play. And now 23-22. Maple Grove leading in the shots category, but more importantly, they're up by 3. And the time on the clock certainly their friend. Ron will take the draw. And they control. Ron right in the middle, top of the slot. Wrist shot up into the netting. Good job by Roach to just steer it up out of play. Evan Williams right on the doorstep. 12 remaining in the man advantage.
Yeah, Williams and Matthew Lang are just parked right out in front of Roach. And they're just waiting for a tip in and somehow get a screen.
They get it out to the far point. Bellison retreats to the far point. Now sends it across. Aberwald, wrister goal comes off. Roach pushed off, and the net came out of there. Boy, there was a lot of net for Aberwald to shoot at.
It certainly was, and what a great setup. Aberwald just rips one in. Good initial save, but that rebound came right back out. And fortunate for the Crimson, that net came off.
2 seconds remaining in that Champlin Park power play. They're down 4-1, 9:16 to go in the period. Maple Grove along the near boards. Margino sends it out. That'll do it. Rolling puck. We're 5-on-5. Maple Grove kills off the penalty. Here's Long. Sent out in front and a goal. That'll Kernan off the turnover. Bats it by New. 5-1 Maple Grove. Third of the game for Kernan.
Yeah, turnover just crushed him. And Kiernan now, with, like you said, with the hat trick.
Time of that goal, 7:59.
Great pass from Jay Ellingson right out, and Kiernan, he's a scorer, man. He has now he's got 18 goals, but he is definitely a finisher.
Kernan tonight, Ellingson the assist, and Maple Grove kills off the penalty and then gets a big goal. And now the Rebels down by 4 with under 9 to go in the period. Here comes Maple Grove looking for more. Ellingson gives it up, another goal! Following the play, Riley Bott.
Yeah, the senior doesn't get a lot of ice time that time. He had made no mistake about that and put it up. And the Crimson, or the Rebels, will take a timeout.
Time of the goal, 8:21. Not much new can do about that. One game after one. Maple Grove led it 3-1 after 2. Now they've scored 3 here in the third.
Yeah.
And you see that bracket. Maple Grove looks like they're on the way to play Rogers Thursday night in Elk River.
Yeah, I tell you, Rogers has been that up-and-coming team. They've got some great, young, talented sophomores, but more importantly, they've got some good leadership. And this Maple Grove team, I think, is determined to get back to that state tournament and make sure that they have a chance to get into that winners bracket and through to the championship again.
For Bott, third goal of the year, or fourth goal of the year, fourth of his career. So a thrill for the senior here in a section semifinal to get that opportunity. So Riley Bott bats at home, and Champlin Park got off to a great start in the game, but you really felt like the game turned when they gave up that goal with the second remaining after an excellent first period. It was imperative they get to the dressing room up 1-0, and after that the roof kind of caved in. Maple Grove, 2 goals in the second period. The Crimson came out, give them credit, with a lot of jump in that second period. Took control of the game.
They really did, and a couple of power plays that just didn't, kind of fizzled for the Rebels. You thought maybe they'd have a chance to get back into it, cut that deficit 4-2.
Here comes Champlin Park. Peterson sends it toward the net. And we'll get a stop. Champlin Park holding the zone, send it toward the net, deflected wide. Picked up along the near wall. Leafblad tried to get it out. And then ultimately it's knocked out of there by Bott. Bott getting a lot of ice time, and why not? Steenerson now out on the ice. Boy, he's a big kid.
Yes,
Here's Steenerson. He'll pick it up. Tight end. Goes into the corner in the right circle. Tough angle shot. Glove by New with 7:52 to go.
Well, not only is Steenerson a big hockey player, he's fast, and we saw some speed come out earlier. He was able to get around the Crimson defense. Solid hockey player.
Looks like he's headed for Vermont. Champlin Park going to send it in. Top line out there, Ron Aberwald and Williams. They've certainly had their opportunities tonight. Aberwald fighting for it. Now Ron over there loses his stick, pushing and shoving. And the Crimson are going to gain control and clear it out of there. Here's Bush. He's had quite a game. Bush, tough angle shot, whistles wide. Comes all the way along the near wall and out to center ice. Aberwald giving chase, pushing and shoving in front of the Rebels bench. Now Ron at his own blue line. Had it knocked away. Here's Bush. And we get a whistle. 7:07 to go. I didn't see that. Was it a hand pass?
I think it was an offsides.
All right.
Well, no, it looks like Oh, no, they're going to pick up the stick. I saw the linesman go back down and pick up Ron's weapon that's been destroyed.
Yeah. Tears shed in the Ron family.
$200, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
$200 of hockey equipment.
It's just like, oh, no.
Yeah. Well, he still has use for that after tonight, as he'll be playing in the NAHL.
Ron, terrific speed. They'll dump it in. And Maple Grove covering up on the back end. Leafblad, they send it all the way around. Stelgis up the boards and out. Connor Stelgis, junior. They send it across. Here's an opportunity for Champlin Park. Carlson had to go wide. Carlson right back at it into the corner. There's a shot fanned on by Champlin Park. Blodgett, the lone goal, came at 7:43 of the first. Champlin Park, the 1-0 lead. Maple Grove right back the other way. They hold the zone. This is Imgrund. Now down into that far corner. Giving chase, Owen Smith. He's had a fair amount of ice time tonight. That's Leafblad again. Now it's Imgrund going around the net. Maple Grove controlling play under 6. Over into the right circle, a little bit too far for Leafblad. Some of the fans starting to clear out. Under 6 to go. When I got to the rink, there was no parking anywhere in the vicinity of Fogarty Arena, because they have the curling club, and then they have practice on a nearby rink, and then of course Rogers taking on Centennial in front of a packed house in the early game. Rogers won a 5-4 thriller. They scored 2 goals late in the game, 1 to tie, and then 1 to win with seconds remaining in the game. And the number 1 seed advances. There's a shot out in front. Kernan bidding for his 4th of the night. Had a good whack at it, saved by New. Coming up on 5 to go in the game. From the side of the net, that one knocked away by the Rebels. That was a good opportunity for Peterson. Champlin Park right back after it. Roach down on his pads as the Rebels clear it around the net. Paginen. Now a big hit in the corner on Peterson. Rebels go for a change. Maple Grove the other way. Centering pass by Finn Brink. Misses the mark. And now it's Ron. Ron getting hounded and hacked at by Preston Moses.
Now we got another offsides. Both these two teams part of the Northwest Suburban Conference, and boy, I tell you what, the hockey in this conference is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Section 5, I mean, the top 4 all, Centennial, also really good team.
Well, then you got Andover taking on Duluth East for all the marbles in Section 7 Thursday night at Amsoil Arena in Duluth.
Yep.
So this is a deep hockey conference. We know about boys basketball, very deep conference. The likes of Park Center, Totino Grace, Andover in that conference. But boys hockey, outstanding. And based on what we saw in the title game, Andover beating Maple Grove in an epic battle for AA a year ago. Easy to say top conference in the state until proven otherwise.
Absolutely, yeah. And depth. They've got a lot of depth. They've got their top 5-6 teams are very, very good.
Well, Champlin Park's won 17 games this year. That's a great year, and there's a goal. Beautiful feed to the side of the net, and Will Bernovic has his 9th of the year, and it's 6-2.
Wow,
nice feed in front.
Yes, that was a great feed. I think that feed came from Bellinson. As he came right down, it was Bellinson. Patient, very patient pass, gets Bernovic. Bernovic's 2nd point of the night.
6-2 Maple Grove, 3:38 to go. Crimson lead in shots 27-26. And they win the draw and control at their own blue line. Stelgis sends it across, and it's Leafblad. who's going to dump it in out of his net. New. Brody Olson tries to move it along. Maple Grove controls. Near point, Lee Flad sends it wide. (6-2). Rebels try to get it out, picked off. Finn Brink, right circle, Brink. What a backhand, goes all the way through and wide. He got a lot of smoke on that backhand.
Yeah, with that's a difficult pass to be able to do it with somebody hanging on you.
Well, yeah, and there was a lot on that backhand as he tried to get it by New. It ends up in the far corner. That's a lot of time in the driveway. I mean, in reality,
yeah,
I mean,
that really is.
That it comes out in front. Roach pounces on it. Matthew Peterson was looking to get that third Rebel goal with 2:28 to go, but Roach covered it up.
Roach has had a good night tonight. He's had a good season.
Yeah, he's a big goaltender, and stands his ground, plays the angles. Not going to be pushed around in the net. He's a big guy, and has been solid.
6'1", 180.
Covers a lot of ground in that net. Champlin Park, 2 to go in the game. Trying to step to the front was Bellison, still loose in front. Maple Grove trying to clear it out of there, and they move it ahead. Here they come. Bott has a goal. Bott had it knocked away, and now it's Drew Bellison, who had an assist a moment ago. Rebels barely get it out of the zone, and Maple Grove moves it ahead. Steenerson giving chase. Goes around to the far wall. Steenerson in the far corner. Tried to step in front. Still loose. Saved by New. Rebels can't clear it out. Stelgis holds it at the line. Gets it to Steenerson. Stelgis toward the net. Shot on goal for Connor Stelgis, and it's knocked away by New. Whacked into the far corner by Stelgis. Maple Grove controlling. Backhand saved by New. Still loose. Goes wide of the net. That was a scoring opportunity for Ty Patefield. Coming up on 1 to go in the game. Maple Grove on their way to the section final where they play Rogers in Elk River Thursday night, 7 o'clock. I have a little advice. Get there early.
Yes.
Get there early.
Yeah, it's tough to see some of these seniors go out for Champlin Park. Jordan
no
Ron,
doubt.
Evans, both, just great leaders. You've got Drew Bellison, Cohen New. All of them playing their last game. Difficult to see Matthew Blodgett. Difficult to see that they have been part of Rebel hockey for the last 3 years.
Yeah, great careers. Jordan Ron, Evan Williams, Matthew Blodgett, Drew Panginen, Matthew Peterson, Cooper New, Drew Bellison, Cade Simonson, and of course Cohen New. As you mentioned, that one tipped just wide. Nice tip on the doorstep by Peterson. Under 30 seconds to go. Champlin Park battling along the wall. Maple Grove controls in the corner. They don't need to do anything. They try and move it out of there with Owen Smith along the far boards. Smith still fighting for it. Also after it, Prentice and Moses. Rebels get it at center ice, send it right back in. Under 10 to go, countdown begins. Maple Grove on to the section final against Rogers with a 6-2 win over Champlin Park. The Rebels finish the year 17-10. Maple Grove goes to 21-5-1. Well, Tom Potter and Champlin Park, an outstanding season coming to an end at Fogarty tonight. Meanwhile, for Todd Berglund and Maple Grove, they play on and have a chance to defend their section title on Thursday night. And they struggled in the first, but certainly played well starting in period number 2.
Yeah, and of course the player of the game, a hat trick by by Jack Kernan, who had really dominated, and when they needed a shot, he was able to finish, and assisted by Finn Brink on a couple of them, but really the difference was Kernan.
Yeah, and the difference in this game, Kernan getting that goal in the final second of that first period really lit a fire, and Maple Grove really took over the game, scoring after that, scoring 6 unanswered goals on the way to a 6-2 victory.
And let's take a look at the bracket for Section 5AA. And we're just about complete. Number 1, Rogers. Number 2, Maple Grove going to it. I tell you what, you couldn't have picked a better bracket. You couldn't have seeded it any better. 1, 2, 3, 4 all made it to the semis, and 1 and 2 there. It should be an outstanding sectional final, as both these two teams are really top 10 in the state.
And that'll be Thursday night in Elk River. The Northwest Suburban Conference obviously has Rogers and Maple Grove in that section final. And then in Section 7AA, Andover in Duluth against Duluth East on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Great job by our crew tonight, led by Taylor Johnson. Always fun to work with Jim Childs. I'm Steve Thompson from Fogarty Arena tonight. Section 5AA semifinal. Maple Grove beats Champlin Park 6-2. Good night.